back with another video and finally the full review of my testing out the Mobvoi TicPods 2 Pro and to give you my final thoughts on this brand new totally wireless experience for everyday wear. What's up, everybody? Again, it's your girl TJ back with another video, Talks with TJ. Thank you so much for tuning in to this video. I know it's not my normal unboxing or review, but you know what? It was a great chance to challenge myself in not only testing out a product that I normally don't showcase on my channel, because you guys know I will show a lot of sneakers as well as streetwear and clothing that pairs well with the shoes that I buy. However, this time I got the chance to actually review the brand new TicPods 2 Pro by Mobvoi. As you guys can see from my very first unboxing video, I received the original TicPods free back in December of 2018, and they were gracious enough to give me the opportunity to test out this brand new generation and give you guys my thoughts. So just a full disclosure, I do film with my phone. As of right now, it's a Pixel 2. I will be upgrading very soon. But that does mean that I won't be able to showcase some of the in-app features that you'll see when interfacing for your phone and the actual TicPods 2 Pro themselves. But that doesn't mean that I won't provide you guys screenshots just to let you know what you can expect when you are inside the Mobvoi app, because that is a great way to actually personalize and control your headphones. So this is really what's considered the very first true totally wireless experience in terms of headphones. So not a use of your hands is necessary if that's not how you choose to actually go ahead and control it. So let's just go over the three main ways in which you can control them. And yes, I did test all of them out. So the very first one has to do with TicHear, which means you are actually speaking commands into the microphone of the actual headphones, and that allows you to control them. Now, I know you may think, how well does that actually work? And I'm going to give you an experience or give you my review of how I think that did work, because I was actually pretty surprised of the convenience of this option, because it's called TicHear and really they hear pretty well. And it allowed me to have a hands-off experience. And then the second way in which you can control your headphones involves TicMotion. So yes, it will actually track the motion of your head. I got to experience this, and I didn't know how it would do, but no. So as I was actually in the middle of editing something or actually editing on the YouTube studio here. And I had a phone call come in, and I just you know what, let's just go ahead. We're going to test this out, because I'd already been listening to music. Shook my head up and down, and yes, it picked up perfect, clear as day for the phone call. So that's a great option to use as well if you want a true hands-off experience. So TicMotion, yes, it does work if you want to just answer the phone calls. And I think that's great if you receive a phone call and you're walking the dog, you're doing the dishes, you're doing something where you don't have active use of your hands. If you want to answer the call, just shake your head yes. If you don't want to answer the call, just shake your head no. And we all have those calls we don't want to answer. Now, the third way you can control it is, and the name sounds a little funny, silly to say, but yeah, the whole Tickle Touch. And Tickle Touch relates to the ability for you to actually use your finger on the stem of the earbud, and what I will show you here what I mean, okay? So the stem of the earbud there, if you actually slide your finger up and down, you can control the volume. If you long press right there, you can actually choose to activate whatever smart assistant is in touch with your mobile device. So whether it be Siri or Google Assistant, you can do that. And then if you double tap, it will go to the very next song. And that's another thing that I wanted to touch on in terms of the practicality of it, just from my standpoint. So I'm not a very techie person, okay? Let's just point this out. I'm not a very techie person. But in relation to the everyday, I guess, productivity of the headphones, yeah, they actually work really well. So to break it down, I'm in the gym all the time. And if you've been in a gym, experienced this, you don't want to always have to go to your phone and hit next song if it's not the song you want to listen to. Why? It's easy to get distracted. So by actually being able to just speak into the TicPods next song, it allows you to seamlessly go to the, blooper, very next song without an issue. Or if you really like the previous song, you can just say previous song and it goes back to it. Now, I will say this. Please make sure that you speak clearly, distinctly, so that it can actually pick up the command. Now, I think probably over time, as it begins to learn your voice, it'll probably do a little bit better in terms of getting those commands right the very first time. But next song, you can just say that and it goes right to the next song. And we'll show you guys that in a short clip with some B-roll. And then also I was able to use it for pause music. I think that's great too, because if you're in the gym and somebody walks up to you and they want to have a quick conversation, just say pause song and it will actually pause the song or pause music and it will pause for you. And that's great to have because you don't want to have the music still playing, makes it very hard to hear. And finally, going into the app, I will say this. The Mobvoi app is essential if you're going to get the true experience. So at first I was kind of on the fence about what I thought about the total sound quality of the headphones not being loud enough really for me because once again I use them quite a bit in the gym. Well, it took me updating the software in the actual device or for the app itself. And once I was able to do that, the Bluetooth connectivity to the TicPods, way better than I experienced. So it took about 10 minutes to go ahead and do the update. And it gives you detailed instructions on how to do the update. So just so you're aware, if you need to update and it notifies you, it will give you like a little red dot for a notification once you are inside the app next to the device. So update, you need to make sure that your case is closed and is in close proximity to the phone itself, and don't open the case while it is updating. And once it updates, you can go ahead and activate the HD sound option, and quality is so much different. So I went to the equalizer option and I did select hip hop. That's usually what I am listening to when I'm in the gym, and night and day between the sound. So if you're just going to use factory equalizer, it's probably not going to give you the best experience. Also, without the app updating, if it does need to update, you're not going to get the full experience. So please make sure that you update that. That way that you get everything out of it that you would like to get out of these headphones. So once I did that, sound was crystal clear, a much better experience. So I'm not saying that it's going to be something that, because I don't have Bose headphones or anything like that, but I understand that being able to improve the actual height of the sound itself, or because if you're in a gym, like I use my headphones a lot, there's a lot of sound that goes on. Now, this does cancel out the noise around you, and I did use these on quite a few phone calls, and the people on the other line could hear me very clearly, but I think because I had not updated the app itself for the performance and the experience, I didn't get the full highest quality of sound on my end. So make sure that you're doing that, but outside of that, it definitely did cancel out the noise that was around me in the gym. And also something to be aware of, because it is what's considered, I believe, a total wireless like stereo experience. If there's a lot of connectivity in terms of Wi-Fi around you, you may experience Bluetooth issues, okay? So you may have some disconnect between the actual device itself with the TicPods and your device. So just be aware of that, because I couldn't figure out during one time, the TicPods just kept disconnecting. The music kept pausing. I couldn't figure out why until I read that little caveat there. So just to remind you what's included in the box. So you have the TicPods 2 Pro box itself. It will come with the shorter charging cable. So that goes USB-C or USB-C is the actual cable, which makes it easy for people not to have to carry around a lot. And then the box will provide you with tons of information so related to this. So again, remember I said you can use either the quick commands, the head controls, or the actual Tickle Touch, which means you can actually control the pods themselves with either double tap, long press, or sliding your finger up and down. So let's just go ahead and showcase some of what I experienced in my interface with the TicPods. As you can see here, the actual Mobvoi TicPods 2 Pro case is so small it fits comfortably in your pocket, like the size of a lipstick or a lighter, right in your coin pocket there for any pair of jeans you may be wearing. Now for here, just going to try out the actual TicPods themselves. The fit is so much more comfortable than the first one. Fits nicely in my ear. Normally I do have an issue with some wireless headphones falling out, but this was not the case with the TicPods 2 Pro, thankfully with the updated design. Now this is me testing out the actual TicHear commands. The reason you all are not hearing the sound here is for the purpose of copyright claims. I was actually listening to Neo, so when you say play music, it will play wherever the last song is that you stopped at inside of an actual music app itself on your device. And then if you say next song, it will go to the very next song. So this one was Neo, She Knows, featuring Juicy J. So as you can see, I was having a little bit of fun here during this review and testing out all of the features for the TicPods 2 Pro. Now, this is related to the Tickle Touch. So if you slide your finger up and down the stem of the TicPod itself, you can alter the sound, whether you would like to adjust it up or down. If you choose to double tap, you can actually go ahead and pick up a phone call, or you can go to the next song as seen here. And then finally, if you would like to long press the pod, it activates whatever smart assistant you may have. So for Android users, that's Google Assistant, or for Apple users, that would be Siri. And in terms of the comfort all day, again, my biggest issue with the very first Mobvoi TicPods free, the device itself, the TicPods would fall out of my ear, and as they would slip out, I would have to constantly adjust them, which meant it would change the song that I may have been listening to or the video, and that became a huge issue. So instead now I don't have to worry about it, which means whether I'm going from the gym to listening to music to working on any projects I could be or reading a book, I'm able to wear this for long periods of time. That's essential. You never want an actual headphone or device to be uncomfortable in your ear. That's just not fun for anyone. And for the latency, so sound is supposed to be delivered in sync with the actual visual media. Now, within the InShot app that I use editing in now, I still did experience latency, but for gamers, you may experience something better.
You guys are curious, what's my final verdict on the Mobvoi TicPods 2 Pro? Because there is a distinction. If you are just going with the TicPods 2, you do not have the AI features related specifically to the Pro version by Mobvoi. So that means all of the really amazing things in terms of the TicHear, the TicMotion. Once again, the true wireless experience does come with the Pro versus just the 2. So the TicPods 2 Pro, or TicPods 2, sorry, will retail right now. It's on sale for $99, and then TicPods 2 Pro is $139. So you will pay a little bit more, kind of a premium price of $39 more. Is it worth it? Well, if you want a true experience, whether that's in the gym, around town, the city, work, and not having to use your hands but have total control of your phone, I'd say if you were one of those early adopters of using Alexa a lot, then yes, I 100% will say that I think it's worth it with the long playback. Now understand, if you're going to use the interface of the AI a lot, it will diminish the battery life sooner than if you just continue to use playback. In terms of low latency, because I know that's something that they touched on, was an upgrade. For me specifically, in terms of editing in the InShot app, which is what I use as of right now to edit my videos, I did still experience latency. So if you're gaming, you may not, but in terms of the app in which I used it, just full disclosure, I did still experience a delay or a lag. So hopefully that continues to improve with any updates they make to the software themselves. But yes, I am glad to have this version, because I don't know if you guys remember, the one thing I complained about before is I like the fact that you could control the sound with the actual stem of one of the TicPods, but in TicPods free, the way they fit in my ear, they were so sensitive that anytime I went to adjust the actual TicPod itself, it would cause the song or the YouTube video I was watching to skip ahead, and that became so annoying that I actually stopped using them. So now that I don't actually have to touch the TicPods at all, if I want to just say, hey, next song, I can do that, but also I don't have to adjust them as much because they fit really well and comfortably in my ear from going to the gym to coming home, being on a phone call for 30 minutes or even an hour. I had no issue with it. It is very light, very similar to if you have AirPods, that's what you can liken this to. But I'm glad, and these will come in the 3 different colors that you guys saw. So whether it's the navy, you have the ice, which is considered white, or blossom, which is the pink rose color for the TicPods 2, and that will come for the TicPods 2 and the TicPods 2 Pro. So I'm very excited that I got a chance to go ahead and do this review. Thank you so much, Mobvoi. If you guys want to check out where you can buy your own Mobvoi TicPods 2 or TicPods 2 Pro, you can make sure to check the link in the description box here. Again, based on the experience of it being truly wireless and hands-off, it did its job. It delivered, and I'm very glad about that. This is still going to be cheaper than you paying the retail price for AirPods. And again, we're always looking for that best value. Now, the fit can always be different. I think that's subjective. So the fit may not always work for you, but in terms of the performance and the options I have for using the TicPods 2 Pro versus just the AirPods, I will say I do get a little bit more bang for the buck in terms of using these. So congratulations, Mobvoi. I'm very happy with the experience itself. Pushed myself in terms of being able to test out a little bit of a different review. But thank you guys so much. Hopefully you enjoy seeing something different out of the box, so to speak, literally out of this box, so to speak. And you guys can give me any feedback you have below, as well as any questions you may have. Thank you again so much for watching. Peace out.